Do you want to know what it's really like to live in Toronto? We both lived here our whole lives, and while Toronto is a wonderful city, there are some pieces of information that you may not know.
So if you want to know what it's really like to live in Toronto, then you're at the right place, because we're going to get into it right now. Hey, what's going on, everyone? If this is your first time to the channel, then welcome. This is a spot where you learn everything that you need to know about living, working, eating, sleeping, playing, the good and the bad of Toronto, Ontario, this beautiful city that I'm at right now with Christina. I'm Rochelle, and we are part of the Living in Toronto Real Estate Group. If you are looking to move, buy, or sell your home here in Toronto, then give us a shout. Every day we help people just like you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you move to this beautiful city, and we love it. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, just give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or even schedule a Zoom call, all down in the description below, and we would love to help you out.
What we're going to be doing today is taking you through everything you need to know about living in Toronto. This is what you need to know. One of the best parts about living in a major city like Toronto is the events. Toronto is full of events and hosts so many things every single year. The CNE, a ton of different fun runs, shows, concerts, and many, many more events. Toronto is also home to 3 major league sports teams: the Toronto Maple Leafs, the Toronto Raptors, and the Toronto Blue Jays. It's so easy to see that there are a ton of events here, and really keeping up with Toronto events is a full-time job, but in the best way possible.
That being said, though, all of these events not only bring out Toronto residents, they also bring in people from all the surrounding suburbs. What does that mean for Toronto streets? Gridlock. While the events in Toronto are certainly something to brag about, the foot traffic on the sidewalks combined with traffic from major streets and highways is not fun at all. It's not uncommon for Lakeshore, King Street, and major highways in and out of the city to be full of traffic.
What else do you want to know about living in Toronto? Well, Toronto is the most visited city here in Canada, and whether you're in the downtown core or on the outskirts of the city, there are so many places to see. Right now, I'm standing in front of the CN Tower, which is surely the most visited and most popular place in the city of Toronto. But along with that are a ton of other places: the AGO, Royal Ontario Museum, Distillery District, Eaton Centre, and so many more. There are a ton of incredible places to see here, whether you are a resident or visitor alike.
There is one downfall, though. As proud as we are and excited for everyone to see this beautiful city, it does get busy, a little too busy. There are over 27.5 million tourists who visit Toronto every year. People come from all over the world for business or pleasure, by themselves or in groups, and while we love everyone who loves Toronto as much as we do, weaving through people traffic, waiting in long lines, and getting smushed on subway trains can get a little exhausting. But if you are willing to take in all the sights and sounds that Toronto has to offer, then make sure to check out this video. We created the ultimate list of the top places in the city to visit, from the most popular attractions like the CN Tower and the Rogers Centre to hidden gems like Centre Island and Kensington Market. There's a lot to do in Toronto, so make sure you don't miss out.
The unemployment rate here in Toronto is below average at 5.9%, meaning that there are a ton of job opportunities for Torontonians, which is awesome. Full-time jobs in sectors like construction and finance are plentiful, and one of the most booming markets, the tech market, is really growing here in Toronto. Expert talent, along with leading research and development, have made Toronto an absolute hub in the IT world. Places and companies like Microsoft, Apple, and Google have head offices here, and overall the IT tech industry contributes over $8 billion in annual employee wages.
The fact that Toronto has a very low unemployment rate is great, because you do need a job living here, because Toronto is so expensive. Toronto just officially dethroned Vancouver as the most expensive city in Canada, where the average price of a detached house in Toronto just crossed the $2 million mark. Not only that, rents are extremely high too. The average price of a 2-bedroom is $2,645 a month, which is $900 more than the national average. And so if you really want to know what it's like to live in Toronto, you can expect a lot of your income to go towards housing.
The BBC named Toronto the most multicultural city in the world. How crazy is that? Fun fact, there are more Indians, Filipinos, and Chinese people here in Toronto than there are in San Francisco and Dallas. And you can actually find more Greek people here in Toronto than you can in Santorini, Greece. It's so easy to see that Toronto really does take pride in the mix and diversity of its residents here, from the great ethnic restaurants to all the celebrations of different types of cultures. You really do get that diverse, multicultural feel here in Toronto.
However, as much as we have areas like Little Italy and Koreatown and celebrate things like Caravana and Diwali, we still don't represent all of the cultures here in Toronto. So for example, there isn't a specific part of the city that's known as being a Latin area, where, for example, if you wanted to take some salsa lessons or eat some authentic tacos, we don't have that. Unfortunately, for a lot of newcomers, they don't have that sense of community here because a lot of those connections to home, they just don't have here in Toronto.
Another thing that you'll want to know about Toronto is that it is a booming, bustling city. When you take a look around in every neighborhood here, what you will see is a variety of different types of homes, from detached, semi-detached bungalows, and a ton of different condo and apartment developments. No matter what your interests, needs, and budgets are, you can definitely find something here in the city.
All of these housing options do come at a cost though, which is constant construction. Although it's definitely a benefit to a lot of Torontonians that there are plenty of resale and new development options to choose from, again, that comes at a cost of constant noise and dust and detours. The city also makes strides at repairing its existing infrastructure, creating more parks and recreational areas. And so again, what does that all translate to? Construction.
That's a wrap, everybody. Now you know what it's really like to live here in Toronto.
And if you're thinking of moving to Toronto yourself, then give us a shout. All of our contact is down below. You can give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or even schedule a Zoom call, all down below. Whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, we would love to help you out. In the meantime, if you are wondering what area of Toronto to move to, there are tons of beautiful neighborhoods, but in this video, we rhyme off the most popular and best districts of Toronto to move to. We break down neighborhood demographics, crime ratings, safety statistics, all that, so you get a good understanding of what area of Toronto would be the best fit for you. So give us a call. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. We drop a new video every single week. Until the next one, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you living in Toronto.